What's going on out there, good people? This is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. Hope everybody out there is doing good, and you already know what time it is. We are sitting down to get these trades reviewed today. Today is March 31st, last day of March, and we finished on a nice green day. Made some changes in the way that we were trading today, and I think that it helped. I'll be curious to see how I was getting in these trades. As usually, I do not go back and look at my trades until I sit down to do it. So, good solid green day to close the month out. But let's go ahead and get the thumbnail watch list pulled up. We'll see what we were looking at. And as usual, whenever I switch this over to my review setup, it's pulling up Tesla. We did not trade Tesla today, but we did trade Baidu, B-I-D-U. Baidu was on the watch list this morning from our pre-market scan. So put it on the pre-market scan and we got a good trade on it. But if you look at the charts today, and these here are still 2-minute charts. These are still 2-minute charts, but I did not trade on the 2-minute chart at all today. Everything was entered on the 1-minute chart with confirmation from the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 30-minute to kind of make sure that we were getting in trades on the right side. But this is what the 5 looked like. This is what the markets looked like. And this is what Baidu looked like. We see at the end of the day, everything sold off. And I am kicking myself because I had purchased 2 puts on the SPY and I kind of got scared out of them. Closed them out for a nice green trade, but left a ton of money on the table. When I say a ton, I left a good little ton on the table. And we see, looking over here at the SPY, it closed below the 50, or I won't say it closed, it dropped below the 50. That was amazing. I did not see that going that low today. But let's get Trader View pulled up. Look at the particulars. Again, March 31st. We took 6 trades today. Closed P&L 167. And everything was green today. I gave myself a F plus yesterday. And one of the good homies, Trader Todd, says, I don't think there is such. But that is how I felt I traded yesterday. And after looking, I did take 3 green trades. So I guess an F plus would be when everything is red. And we weren't that bad yesterday, but we was pretty bad. But a little redemption today. Everything green. And if you notice, most of them were single call, or not single calls, but single contract trades. So when you see a 2 there, that's buying 1 contract. And on the round robin, you got a buy and a sell. That gives you the 2. When you see a 4, that means that I bought 2 contracts. And then that's giving you your execution, which I call the like in and out. So a buy and a sell. So when you see just the 2 there, that's actually 1 contract. But let's go ahead get the charts pulled up and we'll get reviewing. All right. And if you have not hit that like button, please do so. Please do so. If you are not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Like I said, every day I sit down and do these reviews, and I think I'm getting better. I definitely can see the I could see the patterns when I'm sitting down. It's just a matter of executing on them. But we'll be reviewing today strictly off of this chart because this is the 1 minute chart. So what I'm going to do is click that and I'm going to change that to an arrow and we're going to rock and roll. Our first trade of the morning was on Facebook. Another thing I'm kicking myself on, if you look below Facebook, you see LGVN. I got in this trade this morning at $9.30 something cents. $9.30 something cents. This thing closed at $13.80. You know how much I made on this trade? Absolutely nothing. I got shook out of that one too. I put my stop at break even. This thing came back down, stopped me out, actually went a little below, chopped around, and then in the afternoon it just ignited. It actually got all the way up to $14. So left some money on the table, left all the money. I won't even say some because I didn't get none. But let's go ahead and see what we were doing on our option plays here in this small account. So first trade that we took this morning, we got in at 941. And again, like I said, we clicking straight on these today. 941. Bam. It's where we should be getting in. Again, we got in there somewhere within that candle. We may have gotten in down here, but it was within that candle. And we see that Facebook sold off at the open. Sold off pretty good. Pulled back on a topping tail. So that's good. We see here, we got this big old green candle, but look at the volume. There was no real volume on that candle. The next candle, which is a red topping tail, almost twice the volume. Let's see, maybe just a little bit less. So that green candle had 49,000 shares. The candle next to it had 86,000 shares, almost twice as much in that candle. So we got in right there. Other good thing was it had pulled right back to this area that we had marked on the chart. So we got in right there, one contract, and we got out of this 3 minutes later at 9:44, almost 9:45, 9:44 and 54 seconds. So probably getting out right there as it formed the doji. Looking at this, possibly could have stayed in a little longer to see if it was going to make it down to this area, which we do see that it did. But we made $22 on that contract, paid $95. $95, and we sold it for $106. And actually, we bought two contracts. I'm like, them numbers don't work. Yeah, we bought two contracts, so we made $11 per contract, 22 bucks. Riding this all the way down, we probably would have made 50 bucks on the trade, but coming out the gate, solid green trade, and kind of happy with how the 1 minute chart was looking. So next trade that we took was on Baidu, BIDU. And this one had some news on it. I guess they was talking about delisting it or something like that. See, I keep wanting to come over here to the 1 minute, but the 1 minute is already pulled up. But yeah, they was talking about delisting it or something like that. I got in this one at 9:47. Let's see. This one looks like it was going to be a chase. I don't know. 9:47 and 49 seconds. So we were probably somewhere down here in this bottom region as it's breaking that candle right there. One contract. So if we were getting in here as it was breaking, actually this one would have been the one that you want to get in as it's breaking that. Set the stop there. You could do 2 contracts, but we took one, giving it a little extra room. So our stop would have been back up here at the VWAP. And we see that this came down. It did pull back to VWAP, right to the VWAP. And then bam, we got the pop that we wanted. And we were out of this one at 10:01. 10:01. Let's see where 10:01 is. And that's telling me that my dinner is already ready. Treating myself to a nice porterhouse today since I had a good day. Use part of those proceeds for dinner to close the month out. But got out of this one at 10:01. So candle open right there. This is going to push back up. Or actually, hard to say. We just know we got out of there right there. I'm going to drop it right there. This possibly came back down and pushed back up. But we got out right there. One contract. We paid $245. These Baidus were a little more expensive and they had a little more slippage. But we made $50 on that one play. So good solid trade. And we coming out the gates on fire. 2 green trades. And then we traded one that's not on here. Again, it wasn't on the thumbnail watch list, but it was one that we traded yesterday. It was a meme stock. It was AMC. We traded AMC again. And we see AMC had good price action to the VWAP, drop down, pull back, drop down. Let's see what we were getting in. Man, I keep wanting to come over here. 955 is where we got in this one at. So let's see. 955.04 to be exact. So this candle would have ended there. This one would have started here. 954 would have been somewhere around right there as it was breaking this congestion here. And again, one contract. Go ahead, put that stop up here. Give it some extra room and you can come up to here. We see we didn't need all of that extra room. And we got out of this one at 10:06. 10:06. Where you at? 10:06. Right here. We'll drop it right there. So this one pulled back and it made the move. That was low of day right there. We got out just as it pulled back off of the lower day. And we made $25 on this one contract. Made 25 bucks. Decent trade. Here would have been the entry right there. Stop right there. 2 contracts. Probably would have got out down here. Wouldn't have set through this pullback. But that would have been the proper entry. This here, decent secondary entry as you're breaking to the left. This junk came down. We had missed most of the move, so this did need to come back and get a pullback. About half is right there, and it did pull back to about half, and then it went on down. And again, that was a lower day, but another nice solid entry off of the 1 minute. I did a little studying last night after I made my video. And what I did notice was that as I was seeing stuff on the 2-minute chart, I was missing the entry off the 1-minute chart. So that's what I'm kind of seeing right here. But let's go ahead, take a look at our next trade, which was NVDA. We see we were mixing it up today, just looking for good solid entries. We see NVDA open, dropped, lower low, lower high, lower low. We can call that a lower high. And if you do, then you're going to have to call this a higher low. Then we got the higher high, higher low, higher high. So we got the change and we can see it off of the 1 minute. But let's see where we were trading at. We got in at 1013. Where is 1013 at? 1013 is this candle right here. Bam. We got in at 1013 and 21 seconds. So that's probably a good drop right there somewhere in the middle as this is breaking the high here. This looks like a trend line that we had on the chart. So it was breaking the trend line as well. But we purchased one contract, one call, paid 168 bucks for it. And we got out 1 minute later. Actually, we got in this one at 10:13 and 21. We got out at 10:14 and 13 seconds. Somewhere's up in there. One contract. We made $35 on that one contract. Left a little money on the table, but this was fairly extended. And we were up 35 on one contract. If we had bought the two contracts, we would have been up 70 bucks in 1 minute. Again, getting in there, putting that stop down here and letting the trade work. So that was our fourth trade of the morning. And then we took one more trade in the morning. It was on the SPY. Let's see what the SPY was looking like. SPY was a little choppy. SPY was a little choppy in the morning. So we're just sitting and watching this thing chop around. It's playing around the VWAP. Sold off wickedly. Tested this area. Back up to the VWAP. Tested this area again. Setting a even low to that one. And then it made this move. And we played a put. We played a put at 11:01. So let's see where 11:01 is at. So we had this move here up to this area that we got marked on the chart. We got in at 11:01 and 58 seconds. So almost 11:02. So it would have been right around that candle. We'll drop it right there. Getting in, nice red candle. We had this little candle here, and this one came and pushed it back down below the level. Getting in right here. You set the stop up there somewhere. Wouldn't call this the best entry, but we were playing this just to come on back down to this area here. So we got in at 11:01. I don't know if y'all noticing, but my mouse just keeps wanting to go over there. 11:01. We got out at 11:08. Where's 11:08? Right there. 11:08 and 58 seconds. So we had let this come all the way back up to here. Two contracts, two puts, paid $118 each. Sold them for $126. We made $8 per contract for $16. And we were just looking for a quick scalp. Just that's all this really was. Because we already know that we were in an uptrend at this point. That was the top of the uptrend. We didn't know that. But we got out right there. And we see that this just chopped right along this area until it finally broke it around 11:30. We were long gone by then. We were logged out and at the Jamaican restaurant getting us some curried chicken, rice and peas, plantains, and some of their homemade fruit punch. And then we came back and we sat back down at the desk and we traded the SPY one more time when we got back. Let's see what the SPY was doing. Kind of big picture it real quick. So we see it's just chopping around up in here. And we set back down at 157. Or actually, we took the trade at 157. So we probably set back down around 130. So let's do that right there. Let's do that. Actually, we'll come here and do it. There we go. That's a little bigger, a little better. So we had saw that this just kind of chopping around. This had pulled back up to the VWAP, and we got in at 1357. Bam. As it's breaking this area of congestion. So got in 1357, one contract, one put, and we were out of this thing at 1401. We were out of this right as it was coming down to this area of support. Paid 148 and we sold it for 167. So made 19 bucks off of it. Made 19 bucks. Looking at it, decent trade. Decent trade. Came up to the VWAP, rejected it, kind of almost call that like a little flag, kind of consolidated. It's kind of flat right here. Once it broke it, it broke it. It broke it. Got down here to this level, which we had marked on the chart. Got to give Jonathan his props. Like I say, usually I use the 15, and that's usually it, just the 15, because the daily is on there, but 15 is what I've been using. Switching over to the 30-minute and the hourly side by side on my station, it gives me better areas for support and resistance. So I knew this area was right here. So let me just take what this trade is giving me and get out of it. And we see that it finally busted through, came down to another area that we had marked on the chart. And you see this area was respected, finally pushed down, next area that we got marked on the chart. And then it chopped around, it caught some steam, made this move, and then it just sold off to the depths, closing at 451. But solid trade right there. We made 19 bucks off of it, and I was not mad. I'm good solid day. If I had to grade it, I'd probably give that one a B. I would have to give today a B. And only because like trades like this aren't really in my trading plan, but it's something that I need to go ahead and write into the trading plan, where it's coming back up, testing VWAP, showing weakness, and then breaking down. Because those trades have been working, and they work even better when I have my areas of support and resistance clearly defined on the chart. Clearly defined. Because without this here, I wouldn't have sold there. And it would have been good because it finally did push down, but sometimes these things will bounce back up against us. So we see that it acted here, it acted here, it acted all the way across. So good exit, got what I wanted out of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and we'll be back at it tomorrow on a TGIF. And an April Fool's Day. Don't be surprised if you see a video saying I made $1 million tomorrow. But we're going to call this one a day, and we'll see y'all back at it again tomorrow. Peace.